I have some slightly strange feedback on the audio, but we'll see how it goes. If you are on Facebook, do get into. I've just realised I need my iPad if I'm going to see comments, but I'll just go and get that. One of the things I'm going to have to learn is how I check on all the comments and things, because that'll be a challenge. Let's. Oh, nothing live yet. That's interesting. Let's try refreshing it and see. Because it is supposed to be going live on both, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. The other thing is whether my internet connection is any good, of course, because it isn't always. Oh, something might be happening now. But I have got it set up so you should be able to see my desk any minute, which is really good. Oh, it's live, yeah. So I should be able to see any comments that come up on that, if I can think where to put this, where I can see any comments. Let's try that. Oh, it's buffering like mad. I'm not convinced that the internet is any good. Long story about the internet, but we're supposed to be getting fibre, and it hasn't come yet, which is really frustrating. Anyway, let me see if I can show you my desk, because the whole, oh, there we go. The whole purpose of me trying to do lives is so that I can talk to you and you can see me in the corner, although you'll see me side on most of the time, and you can see my desk, so we can actually do some crafting. So the desk is a mess as usual, but I thought I'd finish this little card here. And I just need a couple of stamps out and things, and then we can get on with it. Do I actually want those stamps now? I think I probably want the other one from the other set. So I'm not actually prepared for the stamping bit of it at all, but let's see if this works. And if you are managing to see me at all, I have no idea how I see the YouTube comments. I'm going to have to learn how to do that. But if you are seeing me live, then do actually let me know and put a comment up. I'd be really grateful to see if there's anybody there at all. This is only a test, so I'm not too bothered if there's nobody around at the moment. But hey, let me just get this little stamp out. Oh, fingers and thumbs today. So I'm just making up this card, which I'd part made. I'm using this lovely set, the Petal Park set, which is part of a lovely suite from the new catalogue, the new mini catalogue. So it's that one comes, it's got a punch with it, which I haven't got out, so I can't just show you at the moment. And the other part, another part of the suite, it's called the Regency Park suite, is this bundle, which is the Sentimental Park set. And this has some more flowers. This is all flowers, two-step stamping, and the video that's coming out tomorrow, actually, on my blog, will show you how to do two-step stamping without having a problem. This set has some lovely sentiments on it, and it also comes with a lovely set of dies with these beautiful frames, and you'll see cards I've made with those in the near future, hopefully. But I'm just going to use from the Petal Park set. Let's put that out there from the Oh, I'm going to use the dies from that, so I'll bring it back. I'm just using these little dots, because for this card here that I'm making, that's the base, this will be the card, I want to sort of show some little dots around. So I'm just going to fold the base card over. And this is a normal base card. If you're interested in doing one of these types of cards, then it's just a normal base, which is just reaching for a block here from a stamp. There we go. Which is 14.8 by 21 centimetres, scored at 10.5 centimetres. So that is the base card that I've got. And then I've cut two little pieces of card. I've actually just used scrap because I'm going to just put them on at a little bit of an angle. Haven't decided quite where. I need to probably decide something like that probably. I'm going to add a sentiment along the bottom, so those probably need to go there. So I'm just going to use a pencil to mark out roughly where these are going to lie. For two reasons. First of all, so I know where I can put my sentiment, but also because I'm going to put some little dots around, it can tell me where I need to put those dots. And of course, I can rub that out when I've finished. But it gives me room for a sentiment along the bottom. Haven't decided which one I'm going to use. Let's use Simply a Friend, I think. That's in this set. So fussily stamps and paper, which is good. I've no idea. Let me know if you do watch this whether the sound is good or not. So that is my sentiment stuck on my stamp. I'm just going to stamp it in. I'll just go with Memento Black, I think, because I've got that here. So having marked roughly where I'm going to stick these, I know I've got room at the bottom to just stamp that sentiment. So that is that done. Now the little dots I want to just put, there's a little frame, if you like, around my images. So I've just got to decide, do I go with Highland Heather, which is this, no, it's, what have I got for that one? I think I used Fresh Freesia, actually. Fresh Freesia or Soft Succulent. I think I'll do them in Soft Succulent. We'll add some dots in that. The bottle, by the way, I don't know if you can see this, and I don't know if it's going to actually shine properly. I'll hold it up. Let's see if it does. But that is done with, which one did I use? Might have used crushed curry. I think it's crushed curry. On a base of pale papaya. So the crushed curry's done this edge. And the gloss is the Glossy Accents, which I don't think it's stamping up to sell anymore, which is a shame. But I just wanted it to look like a bottle. So let me get on and do these little dots. So I'm just going to do them to give me a little bit of an outline around here, just very randomly. Some of them will show, some of them won't when I've got the cards actually stuck on. Just turning the stamp slightly so I'm not getting the dots looking the same all over, because I don't want that. So that's given me my dotty frame. I need to clean that stamp pad, and I've forgotten to clean my, I can use my little spray that will give me some cleaning power on this very, very, very dried out cloth. See if I can get it to work. It's just enough on that cloth, it'll just clean the stamp. I don't like leaving stamps messy because it doesn't do them any good. I was so worried about the technology, I've actually forgotten to prepare all the stuff I need for the actual card. Right, close that stamp pad up before I put my finger in it or do something else silly with it. So that should have dried enough now for me to just rub out my pencil lines. What happens to the lives when they're on? Presumably they just stay there forever. I have no idea. So much to learn about all of this. But Zoom is not the... I just put that in the wrong set. Goes in this set. Won't help if I get all my stamps mixed up, will it? Right. Completely lost my dear friend. There it is. My dear friend stamp, to put that away. So I'm just going to use, there's some lovely dies in this petal part set that come with the match the stamp set, but there's lots of these little flowers. So I thought for this, I might just cut out a few of those flowers. I know they're not quite the same as these, but I don't think it matters. Just to stick, so to give a little bit of dimension on here. So I am going to use that little die and that one and that one. And somewhere I've got a little scrap of my Fresh Freesia cardstock, and I have also, this will be quite noisy, this is my mini cut and emboss. Now you can get one of these as a special offer at the moment for the joining offers in Celebration. So if you've got a large wish list of things you want from the catalogues, then do think about actually joining up with my team. You never have to buy anything again. There's no pressure to do anything at all, but it just means that you will get one of these machines at basically at half price, which is really good. So you don't have to get one of the machines, by the way. If you don't need a machine, then there's offers just to get an awful lot of products with an awful lot of money off. It is should have got this ready as well, £159 worth of products, I think, for 99p or something like that. All the details are on my website anyway. So I just die cut those flowers. One of the things I love about Stampin' Up is that their equipment is just so gorgeous. Everything cuts beautifully. The dies all work straight out of the packet. The punches punch beautifully. The stamp beautifully. The quality of the products is fantastic, which is one of the reasons I've moved completely over to using them. So there are my flowers. Just put them upside down because I'll put some dimensionals or glue, can't decide. I'll probably mix it. I'm going to stick these bits on first. So I'll stick my backing piece on. I'm just using Tombow for this. I tend to use a lot of Tombow. You can use tape, of course. It depends what you prefer to do. So I had that one something like that, I think. Having spent so long chatting, you can see I made a mistake. I have to redo this one. Always remember that you have a second side. What I actually did, I stamped the flowers upside down. Anyway, ignore that and come back to this, because this is the proper way around. So we'll just have that on like that. So I like doing these offset type ones because it doesn't matter whether you've got them on straight or not, which is great. Could obviously use dimensionals and things on this as well, but I decided not to because I'm going to put little dimensionals on this. I shall use these mini dimensionals, I think, here. So let me just bung some of these on. I'll have 2 or 3 up, the larger ones up, and the 2 little tiny ones I'll put on flat, I think. And we can also shape these just very gently. I'm just turning up the petal edges. Having put the dimensional on the bottom, it actually gives me the opportunity to shape around it, which gives me a base. It's harder with these smaller ones. You can use your palm and just push it into your palm and squeeze your palm, but even for the small ones, difficult. Or use a little embossing tool. It's the other way. Right, to decide where to put these then. Yeah, just randomly, I think. Just a little drop of Tombow on each of these. And I'm looking for my tweezers. Oh, there they are. These are a bit too tiny. I'm not sure where to put these. I think I'll have some of them. Might have some coming down here. One there. I'm muttering to myself. I really must learn. If I'm doing lives, I really ought to talk louder. So that just gives a little bit of dimension to my card, which I always like a little bit of dimension in the card, usually by raising some of the key bits up. But it needs finishing with something else. So I've covered up all my gems with my embossing machine. So let me just move that out of the way. Find my gems. Here they are. Oh, I don't want those. I want these ones. Gosh, I think I need a new packet. I'm running out. But one thing you can do with these is actually add colour. So my recommendation is that you actually put the gem on first. So I'm just using these very smaller ones that come, the whole sheet comes with a range of sizes, as you can see. I've used most of them in this already. It's going to be too big for the smaller flowers. No, I think we can get away with it. There. So that has added my gems. We just get rid of these bits from my Stampin' Dimensionals. There we go. So that's added some gems in there. But what I can do is actually use my Stampin' Right markers to just colour them. So I'm going to add a little bit of colour just to the centre of them. I don't know whether it's possible to see there. That is that roughly in view? Can you see that some of them are green and some of them are still pale? You might not be able to see it. I can see it, and there is a difference. Important to use the Stampin' Right markers to colour gems, not the blends, because the blends just come off. And add a bit more colour with the brush end. There. So that matches my green in the background, and it just gives the card a little bit more dimension. So that's a really quick and easy greeting card. Obviously I'll put something in the middle, stamp in the middle as well in a minute. But I just wanted to finish that card. That, by the way, if you're going to use Crystal Effects, give it plenty of time to dry. I think I left that 2 days. It's completely solid now, but it does take a little while to dry, so you do have to be careful. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching that. I hope the live worked. I haven't seen any comments, certainly on Facebook. I've no idea yet how YouTube live works, so I'm still learning it. But I hope you enjoyed that little thing, and I hope you'll join me another week. My plan is to do another live next Thursday. That will be at 10:30 in the morning, and I'm going to show you 5 ways of using ribbon. So I do hope you can join me then. Thank you for joining me today. I'll turn my face towards here, and perhaps we'll just have a look at my face so we can finish. It's one of the reasons I wanted to do the live, so I can swap with these views. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again in future. And I really hope this test worked. Bye for now.